Hello, this is Mr. Red Fox, and this is a video where I'm just going to be talking about some things that are on my mind, starting with Microsoft's smart upgrade system. Well, I don't think it might be as special as what people are trying to say. I also will talk about my general thoughts on all these hacks and leaks going on, and how I feel about E3 being canceled this year, and all that type of stuff. So let's get to it after the cut. So, the reason I said that Microsoft's smart upgrade might be BS, and why I don't think it's really innovative, is basically boils down to Microsoft Series Xbox isn't really a console. It's a small form factor, ultra specialized gaming PC. And basically, I mean, when you make something for PC, the games are scalable, right? So, you know, if I were to say upgrade my PC next year, right, and I bought a game on Steam, let's say Cyberpunk 2077, clearly I'm not going to have to buy that game again in order to play it on my next gen computer. You know, like, that isn't really, people are like, oh man, this is really great. This is more of the fusion between, this is more of, you know, consoles disappearing and small form factor micro PCs. You know, and I've said this kind of half jokingly with the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and especially with the PS4 and the PS4 and the Xbox One, is that these aren't consoles. These are just gaming PCs. But I mean, seriously, these are just gaming PCs. So, seeing that Microsoft is doing this, I mean, you know, it's basically allowing people to buy something once and you have it on the system. Makes sense, because these games are just PC ports. That's all they are. They're just the PC version of the game, just being scaled to run on a specialized PC. So, I mean, you know, I feel that this is not quite as good of a thing as people want to make this seem like it's a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. And the reason I don't think it's a good thing is because, in my humble opinion, and this is just my own little humble opinion, I know people will agree or disagree with me, but I think that games that have been optimized to run on a console are better than a game that's just ported over. You know, where you take advantage of what the hardware can do. You know, in the 7th gen, we had Ghostbusters, right? Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters video game. Now, there was the more realistic version of that game, which was on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Then there was like the optimized to run on the Wii version that was, you know, had cartoony graphics, but overall, a lot of the same gameplay beats were there, and it was more fun because it had motion control, which made like capturing ghosts more interesting. It was closer to what you would have seen in, you know, Ghostbusters the movie or the cartoon and stuff, where they're using their proton packs to basically like lasso and grapple ghosts and stuff like that. Actually, closer to the core gameplay of what those games were about. So I'm kind of like, you know, like I don't think it's necessarily a good thing that consoles are kind of going away and they're becoming more PC-like. But, you know, tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me if you agree, disagree, how you feel about it. I'll get to the next topic after the cut. So, as you probably already know, E3 was canceled this year. But we're still getting, news about shit being, well, I shouldn't say shit. We're still getting news about stuff coming out, which, different presentations and stuff like that, where people are going to be talking about stuff that they're going to be releasing or coming out with. And to be honest, I'm quite happy about it. I'm glad that they're coming out with stuff, because frankly speaking, I mean, with no E3 this year, which to be honest with you, I was never that into E3, but I liked, getting the bullet, the minutes after E3 and seeing what was announced, what was coming, what wasn't coming. So, I'm quite happy about, oh man, we have some stuff, some information coming through. It's a good thing. But that's just how I feel. We still have the PC gaming show, so we're going to get a lot of information on that. Hopefully, I think that CD Projekt Red's going to be coming out with something about Cyberpunk 2077, which I knew I pre-ordered. Just on a personal note, I knew I pre-ordered that game. Turns out I didn't get it on Steam. I got it off of Amazon. So I pre-ordered it for $50 off of Amazon. So I didn't have to pay full price because I'm a cheap bastard. So yeah, I mean, I want more information about that game. There's games, like, even though this COVID thing has happened and all this shit's gone down, there's still shit that there's still games that I still want information about. There's still stuff that I want to, get more information about, that I want to support. So, I'm kind of like one of those people that, man, I want more stuff. But with that being said, tell me what you think about, what few things they're still going to be talking about. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Whatever. And we'll get to the final topic after the cut. So, upcoming events. We have a panelist, kind of essentially panelist-sponsored topic with Kenoshi Abominito. He's going to be doing the best launch lineups for a console and the worst launch lineups of a console. So we're going to be talking about different console launch lineups. I'm not exactly sure what will constitute a launch lineup. Is it the games that come out when the console launches, or is it like the first year the console's on the market? Because, I mean, technically speaking, a lot of systems have had shitty launch lineups that turned out to be a really good console, Like the PlayStation, people forget, the PlayStation when it first launched did not have the greatest launch lineup. It really didn't. But over time, it became a really good library. So, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, what it is. And people forget that the Famicom in Japan did not have a great launch lineup. Even here in America, aside from Super Mario Brothers, really didn't have a great launch lineup. Gyromite is a crap game. All right. Unless you're playing with someone else, it's not a good game to play. If you're a single player or an only child, Gyromite is not your friend. And I know people are like, what about Rob? Yeah, fuck Rob. But anyway, yeah. So yeah. So we'll be getting into that this Wednesday. 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. We'll also cover some other free topics. Saturday is going to be a special cast where we will talk about, where do we see gaming, the future of gaming going? Period. The future. Where do we see it going, in the future? All that fun jazz, And when I say the future, I mean literally, where do we see it going in the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Will we still be gaming? I think we will, because we're of the generation where gaming was a big part of how we recreational activities. So with that being said, that's a special cast this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to join the Saturday cast, just shoot me an email at mrredfoxbsbusters@gmail.com, or you can @ me on Twitter at Matthew Wesley. That's Matthew space Wesley, MATTHEW space WESLEY at Mr. Red Fox 91 on Twitter, and we can dialogue with each other and see what happens. Just like, say, hey, I'd like to be a part of the cast, and I'll DM you and we'll see what happens. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of me assaulting this cartel thing in Borderlands 3 after the cut.